Hello everyone, I am going to show you my red ear sliders. They have grown quite big. Let's have a closer look. So a few weeks back I started giving them coconut peel, and they like it very much because it's soft and they can chew into it. They're always interested in what I'm going to give them next. So as soon as I come close to the aquarium, they start showing their interest. See how they're looking up? They're having a go at the coconut banana peel, and they're very active as well. As you can see, they're quite big now. The bigger one is probably about 8 inches. The smaller ones are almost 6. They're looking up. They're expecting something. Hello. Hello. There you go. See? They're looking up. They're expecting me to give them something. We'll try and take a The most important thing of keeping red ear sliders is the filtration. Now I have a small power head with 4 sponge filters here, which keeps the water circulated and breaks down. I clean it every 2 to 3 days. It's about time I have to clean the filter. So you see it's clogging up. They have this basking area. They climb up here, and I've kept it close to a window. You can see outside. We get a lot of sun from here. Sun only comes here in the evening. Starts at around, I think, 2-3 o'clock. Then up to 5-6 o'clock I get the sun here from this window. They like it very much in the sun. So I was just saying that the most important thing of keeping red ear sliders is the filtration. If you can control the filtration, then you can keep them, and regular water changes as well. So every week you have to change the water. I've kept a small pipe with which I clean out the water. I siphon out the water and I put fresh water in, and filtration keeps it going. So usually the water quality remains very good. You have to maintain it. Another thing is that we don't have very good antibiotics here or medication. So if they get an infection, then the chances of their surviving is very slim, because they are reptiles and cold-blooded animals. So they need basking area, they need some sun, and most of all you have to keep their tank clean. And filtration is very important. If you don't have proper filtration, then they might catch an infection, and then treating them would be more or less impossible, because administering antibiotics to them, and they'll need special antibiotics or special medication as well. Normally the most prevalent disease is the eye infection. Their eye sores up, it becomes red, they stop eating anything. So when that happens, it's a sure sign that they have got an infection, and then you have to take immediate you have to intervene, take immediate measures to treat them, clean up their tank, and otherwise it's very difficult to treat them. And they are very active. If they are that means they are very healthy. If they are sick, then they will probably not be very active at all. So as you can see, they're always looking up, they're expecting what we are going to be feeding them. They're, as soon as we enter the room, they come into action. If they are sitting on the stone, they jump in right in the water, probably because they are also afraid. It's their instincts which tell them to dive in the water where they feel safe there. See, there. I think my brother has already fed them green leaves, so I've also fed them cabbage, but they don't like cabbage because it's not very sweet. So we feed them the salad. Uh, what's it called? They like it very much because it's like soft. It's also sweet. I also feed them apple peels and small pieces of apple. They really enjoy having a go at it, and they just go crazy on meat. We don't give them red meat. We give them. They can have. If I give them one shrimp, uh, they will go crazy. So best thing to do is to like buy shrimps or uh, in like make 3 or 4 shrimps. Uh, uh, Take uh, small plastic pieces, and then like a plastic bag, and cut it into small pieces, and then put 3 or 4 shrimps into one each plastic piece, and then wrap it up and then put it in the freezer. So every few days you can take out one piece and leave it out to unfreeze, to defreeze, and then you can feed them. So that's how you can, and you can do the same with chicken. Like whenever you are cooking chicken, take out a few pieces and cut them into smaller pieces, and then wrap them in plastic, and then put it in the freezer. So every few days, uh, they like white meat, and I usually don't give them that much, but they also need protein. So, and vegetables can only provide enough. So they need chicken, they need fish. They don't need red meat that much. I haven't fed them red meat at all. I'm not sure if they would probably like it, but they'll mess up the water as well. If you feed them shrimp or something else, then the water also starts deteriorating very quickly because of the smell. So, so you should try and give them chicken, and then when you feed them chicken, I think it's better to time it correctly so that you clean their tank the next day. So that will remove some of the. They are usually very thorough with their food. Like I've had this banana, and I'm giving them the peel, and they are almost full because I think my brother has fed them in the morning, so they're not very interested in eating these banana peels. But usually they start going crazy, and they start fighting among each other for each one grabs a piece, and they start running around in different directions trying to take the food away from the other. So this is how. See how interested they are in you. They're interested in what's happening here. And see, they're quite active. They're like that all the time. Almost as soon as they see somebody step in the room, they start asking for food. Okay, bye.